What about the ruling of this pretend magic? What about buying your kids a little, box set on how to do little magic tricks and make the card disappear and pick a card, any card? In reality, this is something without a shadow of a doubt which is very haram. Why? Because it leads to imitating the magicians. It makes somebody love magic. It makes them love magicians. It makes them encouraged towards practicing it. And at the end of the day, it shows a kind of a affinity and a kind of a love towards magicians, and it is a step towards practicing real magic. So it's not permissible for people to buy these kinds of kits. Other forms of knowledge that are related to magic that have the same ruling: fortune telling, soothsaying, reading the tea leaves, reading the palms, astrology, a diviner or a seer, someone who says that I can tell you where your car got stolen, who's got it, I can tell you who did this, somebody broke your window last night, I can tell you who it is. People who write horoscopes and so on and so forth, all of these things together are under the ruling of magic, and everything that I've said applies to them. What about these people we see on TV? What about David Blaine? What about Chris Angel and all of these people that are seen on TV? And what is the ruling of watching them? It is said that some of these people use tricks of the camera and tricks of the studio and computer-generated graphics to do what they do. Even if this is true, it would be haram to watch them. But from my experience and what limited knowledge I have, and Allahu A'lam, it seems to me that these people are genuinely engaged in magic. And it is very clear that the description of the magician applies very closely to them, and many of the tricks they do cannot be explained away by tricks of the television. Even if they were tricks of the television, it would not be permissible for you, because this would be something that is showing love towards the magicians, imitating the magicians, loving the people who hate Allah and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it would not be permissible anyways, but it seems that they are genuinely magicians, the majority of them, and it is extremely, extremely serious to watch them. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever goes to a fortune teller and asks a question, his salah will not be accepted for 40 days. And whoever believes in what they say has disbelieved in that which was revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Watching a magician on TV, according to the opinion of most, if not all, of the scholars who have answered this question, watching a magician reading your horoscopes makes you from the people whose salah is not accepted for 40 days. Believing in what you read makes you a disbeliever who has left the religion of Islam. Watching someone like this on TV, your salah is not accepted for 40 days. Wallahu a'lam. Believing in their magic and the way that they do things and their power, you leave Islam. So it is a very, very, very serious thing to do. Sometimes people are lured into practicing magic because they enter into things like, for example, they get involved in tricks of the hand. Maybe it's a simple putting something under the sleeve and it comes out of the other side, and then they want more, like a drug addict. More and more. It's not enough to simply make a coin disappear in their hand and appear in the other hand. Then it has to be more and more and more until they go into things, maybe perhaps they go into a Ouija board or something like this, which involves calling upon the shaitan, and then once the shaitan gets hold of them, they go into it further and further. Some people are lured innocently into the practice of magic by reading books in which it says, try this is a particularly good thing, this will make your wife love you, this will make your husband love you, this will make your enemies hate you, this will destroy your enemies, write these things, say these things, do these actions. So people come into magic in different ways. Some of them follow their desires for richness, for fame, for wealth. Some of them are overcome by their desires for the world, like we're going to hear in a little while. Some of them are lured by tadarruj, by steps, step by step. They begin by something light, they begin by tricks, they begin by potions, and then they get into worse and worse and worse until they enter into real magic. And sometimes people find this information in books and they mistakenly believe it to be something beneficial and something good, and once they get involved in it, the shaitan gets hold of them, and once the shaitan gets hold of them, they begin to enter into real magic.
Because we are human, we all have special heads. Our intelligence allows us to be masters of our universe.
A lot of what's happening today is in this realm. And it's very difficult for people to understand this. But when you study it, what you find is that a lot of the people involved in mass control are actually heavily involved in this science. And that's what you find out when you do the research. Many of the people that are involved in film, many of the people involved in music, many of the people that are involved in newscasting, they know how to manipulate the minds of people. And whether it's done with this type of magic or simply with the power of technology and the higher magic, the result is the same. You get people that are as if they're possessed. It's very strange that they place these satellites at 22,000 because those are their numbers, 11, 22, 33. They like multiples of 11 and things like this. So I don't know. I mean, we're all trying to work this thing out, aren't we? But these things are real, and jadoo, whatever you want to call it, it's real. In the last few years, it's become much clearer to me how much this is actually a force working in the world. And it makes much more sense to me now why there are so many hadiths and so many protective du'as against this stuff. You know, this is evil. And also, you know, the influences of the demons. The Prophet ﷺ, or that they should become present. You know, so the demonic realm is real. And there are people, unfortunately, that are actively involved in attempting to bring that realm into this realm. And this is where it gets very strange.